everyone. So today I just want to talk about something that's very important to me and it should be important to you, and that is self-care. For me, self-care is taking the time to check in with yourself. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. And I wrote some things down I just want to share with you. So breaking down self-care into a couple of categories, which for me would be mental, physical, and emotional. Okay? So breaking down mental, emotional, and physical can be different for everyone, of course. For me, when I break down my mental, I think about what do I need to have the mental capacity to be able to do what I need to do. Am I overstressed? Am I not stressed enough? There is such thing as good stress. Like, am I pushing myself, to do new things, to do new challenges? I kind of make that assessment. I also actually meet with a therapist, and I think she's great. You got to find a therapist that you can relate to and that can relate to you, and you just have that good vibe with. Otherwise, it's not going to be successful. But I go to therapy twice a month, and I'm able to talk about things that I have been through, things that I'm going through. Sometimes it's just gaining perspective. It could just be something very simple and I didn't like how I handle it. And so talking to my therapist about it, we can kind of break down maybe new perspectives and just somebody, again, to talk to where you don't have to worry about how you're coming off. You don't have to worry about their emotions. You can really just talk to them. And that's self-care in itself. Because sometimes when you're talking to someone you care about, you have to be, not that you're mean or you're saying something crazy, but you have to be careful sometimes how you say things because you don't want it to go the wrong way or whatever the case may be. And so I always recommend therapy. Some people shy away from it, but I think it's really helpful for anything just to have somebody to talk to that's not biased and that it just can help you to gain perspective. And so that's a mental self-care that I do for myself. For the physical, I exercise about 5 times a week. And I know that sounds excessive to a lot of people, but for me, that's a really good stress reliever. It's a really good stress reliever for me. It helps me just to be in a space where I don't have to think at all. I think pretty much all day long. One, I'm a professor, and so I'm always thinking about what I have to tell my students, what I need to tell my supervisors, what I have to do on my syllabus. It's a constant thing, and then I am a creative as well. So my mind is always going. And so when I spend that hour and a half at the gym, I literally think about nothing but what I'm doing. And that is so nice. And I have been home due to COVID for a year now. And so it's really nice to have a place to go where I can just not think about anything and just do the work I gotta do. And so you can do so many different things for exercise or just for that physical health, that physical self-care. You can do yoga, you can go walk, you can do a YouTube exercise. There's so many different things to do on YouTube. Breathing exercises, stretching, stuff just to get you out of your space for a while. And I think that's a really big part of self-care, is getting you to think about other things, not just the work that you have to do or who you have to be for somebody else. If you're a mom or you're a caretaker, that can weigh on you, sometimes. And so you want to take that moment for yourself. And that's how you can do it in a physical way. Like I said, making exercises, you can do yoga, deep stretches. Check out YouTube. There's so many different things. Getting fresh air, literally just sitting on the porch, is really good for your mental, and then also for your physical. You don't want to just breathe your inside air all the time, right? You need to get that vitamin D, all those other good things. So you just step outside and just take that moment to yourself. It's really good as well. So the last one I want to talk about is the emotional well-being. And so my emotional self-care for me is a work in progress. I'm an emotional person, and that doesn't mean I'm crying all the time. That's not what emotional person is. An emotional person feels all the emotions. If I'm angry, I'm angry. If I'm happy, I'm super happy. If I'm sad, I'm super sad. It's just like I am emotional. I feel all the emotions. If somebody is sad, I feel like it happened to me. And so I had to work on being more emotional intelligent. I had to be able to identify the emotion that I had and make sure that I gave the proper whatever it is to that. So now if somebody is feeling sad, I can definitely sympathize with them, have that empathy for them, but I don't take it all on myself. If I am having a bad day, I really just say, Brittany, this is the bad day. This is what it is. Okay, cool. Tomorrow will be better. Or this is a bad moment. Let's kind of work through it. And I might just have to, take a nap. I might have to take a walk, eat some ice cream, whatever the case may be. But all that is self-care. Loving yourself is a big part of self-care. And I think it's cool that people have self-care Sundays or self-care Saturdays, but you honestly need to have self-care every single day, okay? Because what happens is you start building things up if you don't take those moments for yourself. Things can build up. You can be completely stressed out. So if you can only spare 20 minutes a day, if that's your lunchtime, to take a walk around the block or wherever you are, walk in your office, just get some fresh air. If you can go home 10 minutes before you go to bed, turn on a yoga, YouTube, whatever you can. Self-care is so important. So with that being said, I have a blog that I want to share with you. It's called Jesus in Therapy, because I am a Christian, and for so many Christian individuals, I've noticed that they shy away from therapy. I am all about my prayer life. I think it's important. However, I believe that we are given certain people to help us through certain things. And so that blog kind of encompasses why therapy, I think, should be more received, because so many people suffer because they're afraid about what people will say. They're afraid about being judged, and they suffer in silence, and nobody needs to do that. And so check out my blog. Please let me know what you think. I have so many other blogs also. It's on my website, www.britneycharmaine.com. But the one I want to share with you today is Jesus in Therapy. Again, that's one of the ways I self-care. So hopefully you enjoy that. And let me know what you do for self-care. Let me know what you do to take time for yourself. And if you haven't started, you need to start today.